You're probably wondering why I'm in a Chevy Cruze. It's not my car, and it's actually a long story that starts with the video that was supposed to come out this week. This is my Project 2000 Audi S4, and over the course of the past few months, we have been remote tuning this car. I have just finished tuning on E85, and it's time to go over the full results for this entire process. How much did tuning actually improve the car?
And just what did the whole process look like?
I wasn't planning on filming right now, but someone hit my S4. Yeah, specifically someone who was 16 learning how to drive hit my car, and it pretty much messed up both the driver's side doors, so we'll see what ends up happening to the car. I'm pretty heartbroken considering I've put hundreds of hours into this car, so I'm still trying to emotionally deal with it, but we'll see. It's not horrible, but it really hurts when you've spent so much time on something.
This is a first glance at the damage, and it's what I saw when I first stepped out of the car to talk to the person who actually hit me. I was able to swerve into a ditch to avoid a lot of the damage, and if I didn't, we would have been hit a lot harder. Getting sideswiped like this can be really dangerous and potentially fatal, so more than anything, I'm just glad that we're all safe. Even with the car horribly out of alignment, I was able to get it home.
It's another day. I haven't really looked at the S4 because I wanted to wait to hear back from insurance. We're gonna get the car ready to go to a shop for an inspection and an adjustment, and then we'll see what actually ends up happening with the car. Hopefully they'll just fix it. Long story short, I was on an arterial going straight, minding my own business, enjoying the S4, and she had just gotten her license. I actually feel pretty bad for her since it was literally like the week she had gotten her license. Pulled out left onto the arterial, smashed into the side of the S4. She's got front fender damage. I have side damage. Her dad came out because it was literally right across from her house. Pretty unfortunate that it's right in front of your house. Allegedly, she had also just backed into a trailer of theirs, so I'm sure her dad was real impressed. I'm not mad. I'm glad everyone's okay. Unfortunately, since it was entirely their fault, my insurance has nothing to do with getting me paid for it, so I have to rely on their insurance. So far, they've been good. They're entirely paying to fix it if it's fixable. I really don't know what they're going to use as the value of this car because there's a huge disparity in price. On something like Kelley Blue Book, it's pretty low, like $3,500 to $4,500. But if you look on Facebook Marketplace for an S4 in that kind of condition, good luck finding one for under $8,000 to $10,000. So I'm hoping they use local prices rather than Kelley Blue Book, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm super upset. I'm super worried. If they don't fix the car and we get it back though, I'll replace the doors, sand everything down, probably get a carbon fiber hood, new skirts, new lips, new diffuser, and wrap the whole car in interesting color. And that'll be kind of the next big project for the channel. So hopefully we can get the car there and we get some good news.
The original title of the video wasn't a lie. The car is now running on E85, but there's some quirks with that.
We have to make sure that they play nice with it because if battery dies or disconnects, I need to put it back on the E85 map. So we got to get it set up to be able to be driven to the actual appraiser and mechanic.
This is my first time seeing the damage in the daylight, and it's both better and worse than I thought it would be. The driver's side door is obviously the panel that took the biggest hit, and that's why it's dented and there's gashes down the whole thing. I'm not sure if PDR would be able to undo the dent and then it could just get a respray, or if the whole door would have to be replaced. Either way, it's no question that this door needs more than just paint. The rear door is more on the iffy side when it comes to replacement. I'm sure the body shop's gonna want to replace it, but realistically, it's just this portion that needs to be buffed and sanded and repainted. Then again, the whole car technically needs an entire respray or a wrap, but that's just beside the point for now. There's also a new crack on the side skirt, though it's pretty small and in the grand scheme of things is pretty minor. Her car basically drove up against the side of mine, making it so that it pretty much peeled the bracket that connects the front bumper onto the car off, so it's kind of just hanging there now. One of the more irritating things is that she severely curbed up this wheel. I was planning on getting performance wheels for this car anyway, but I generally do that towards the end of a build because I think it really completes the look. This may accelerate when I do that. Since I'm actually going to be driving this car about 9 miles to get to the auto body shop, I need to make sure that it's functionally safe. So along with looking for damage, I'm checking a lot of the structural components.
I didn't have much curb rash on the wheel, so it's really scraped up now, so they're probably going to have to replace that. Should be okay to drive though, so we're going to get it set up.
This car is currently tuned to run multiple octane fuels, but since it's an older ECU, it's not a flex fuel system. You have to manually select which fuel that you want to run in your car, and unfortunately, that means when the battery dies, the car's going to resort back to a base map. I had the battery unplugged while I was waiting for insurance, so I need to switch it back to the actual E85 map since that's what's in the car currently. I'll talk about that more when the actual tuning video comes out though. All I'm really doing is prepping the ECU to be driven.
Time to head over to the auto body shop and see what they say.
It's kind of ironic to me that some of my favorite roads in town are actually the ones we have to take to get to the auto body shop that the insurance agent wants me to go to. That's kind of unfortunate circumstances for this car's first time down these roads. We'll be back when she's all better though. If you've never been in a wreck, you might be wondering what the process of getting paid for someone else wrecking your car looks like. The first step is to take the car to an auto body specialist and get a real quote to see what the damage would actually cost to repair professionally.
Car's been signed away for now. They're gonna take a look at it, deal with insurance, and get a quote, an adjustment, and all of that jazz. Place has good reviews. Hopefully it works out okay. We'll see. I'm curious to see how they're gonna deal with the car needing to not have the battery drained and the fact that it's on E85, so when it first starts up, it sounds pretty rough. They said they're gonna look at it, likely bumper, fender, side skirt, and wheel they're gonna deal with, and I should be hearing back about an estimate and what the adjuster says here in 4 hours, I think. Kind of a really quick turnaround, a little surprised. For the time being, I get to drive a Chevy Cruze, the car I never thought I would be in, but yeah, we're gonna see what it can do. Okay, I genuinely couldn't tell that it was on. That's kind of really funny.
So that's where this Chevy Cruze came from. At this point, I was really just playing the waiting game. The auto body shop is going to look over the suspension, the frame, and check for any damage that I missed and get me a quote for what they would charge to fix it.
I'm so used to old, crappy cars that don't really work that I straight up thought I broke this brand new rental because it has auto start and stop when you're stopped. My 20-plus-year-old Audis don't do that, and I haven't owned a car new enough to do that, so that kind of freaked me out. Honestly, this car is not really that bad. Kind of fun, really slow. It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow, so it'll be entertaining while the S4 gets fixed. I just really hope they don't total it.
Contrary to their first estimate of 4 hours, it actually took about a week for me to hear back from them, meaning this footage is unfortunately old since I don't have the car back yet. The good news, however, is I heard back from both insurance and the auto body store. They are going to fully cover the repairs for the car. They're going to replace the doors, the fender, the side skirt, and the bumper, as well as repainting that whole side of the car. Along with that comes new wheels for that side of the car and a new alignment. They said if I were to pay to do all of this out of pocket, they'd charge me around $6,000. This is crazy to me considering how minor the damage looked. I get this for free, so I'm not complaining. On the one hand, I'm super excited they're repairing it, and that side is going to look fantastic. This is a major pro, but it's also a con considering the rest of the car is going to look a little bit lackluster in comparison. They're going to blend it, but I'm worried it's going to look a little wonky to have one really nice side of the car and the other side as it is currently. So maybe when the car gets back, we'll take this as a sign to start working on the cosmetics. I have a few ideas, and honestly, I'm really leaning towards vinyl wrapping the car as soon as we get it back. I guess the speed at which I do that is going to be heavily dependent on just how much nicer that new side is going to look. I've also got some more custom goodies for the exterior of the car on the way, and we're going to end up replacing the hood since it's heavily damaged. I think a darker and possibly carbon fiber hood may be in order. Keeping that in mind, let me know what you think would be the best color for this car. I'm open to a whole range of colors and I want to hear what you think. Personally, right now I think my favorite idea is dark green because of how interesting and unique it is. I'm excited to see what you suggest. This has been an extremely eventful week and a half with the S4, and it's caused a lot of stress in my life, as you could probably imagine. At the end of the day, I'm glad that it all worked itself out, and I'm excited for the future of this build. It does kinda suck that it'll be out of the picture for a week or so while it gets repaired. At least we've got suspension parts to put on the TT in the meantime. I want to say thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I always have so much fun editing and making these, and it really means the world to me that you guys enjoy them as much as I do. If you did enjoy the video, learn something, or want to just support me, consider dropping a like and subscribing for more. Either way, I'll keep you guys updated in the next episode. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.